NBA in the middle of some magic right now.
Yes, there are 4 games last night, 2 kind of blowouts and 2 very close games. We'll start on the West Coast with the Nuggets and the Clippers. 2-2 series coming into it. Nuggets found a way to get it done. Joker, once again, being dominant, got a triple-double. But the story tonight was Jamal Murray. And I found out this morning he is the all-time leader in Nuggets history with 40-point playoff games. I would not have thought that. I would have thought it would have been Joker, maybe even Melo. But Jamal Murray came alive and put the Clippers down. This really wasn't close. James Harden didn't really show up for the Clippers. Kawhi had a decent game. Russ had a good game as well. Just an all-out team effort for the Denver Nuggets to figure it out and get it done and get this series to 3-2. Like I said, this was a 2-2 series coming in. They found a way to get it done. Jamal Murray just lights out. 8 for 14 from beyond the arc, so he was on fire all night long. Nuggets get it done, 43-7, 3 steals. Like I said, 8 for 14 from beyond the arc.
And Joker's coaching this team, right?
He is. Yeah. He's a coach.
That's what they're like.
First
shoot, he is the coach of that team right now.
Coach and GM. And, when you fire your coach coming to the playoffs, we've said it, all the NBA guys have said it, like you pretty much think championships hopes are out the window. But Joker and obviously Jamal Murray and other guys stepping up, having big plays. I can't speak enough about Russell Westbrook, too. Bouncing back, he always has tough outings, and it's always loud in the media around that team when he does. So I love to see him showing up as well. Other game.
Russell Westbrook, just last thing on him. He's so fast.
Yeah.
That'd be like a loose ball. Yeah. It's like, who is that? And it's like, fast. Oh, it's Russell Westbrook. Still got it. Doesn't have a lot of pressure on him on this team either.
No.
Because you talked about, obviously, Jamal and Joker. Yep. Aaron Gordon also a guy. Vaughn a guy. I mean, they got a bunch over there. Yeah. And Joker being the coach, player, Jackie Moon of them right now currently. Pretty awesome story. And I think, I forget who we talked to, maybe Q Rich or somebody else from the NBA world, that they said, once you fire a coach, just like you mentioned, you're kind of saying, like, all right, we're not going to try to win it this year. I don't think anybody told the team that. I don't think anybody told the players that. Obviously, Joker has the opportunity to be great anytime he's on the court. What if the Nuggets go on a run here and they fire their coach and GM right beforehand? If you're Malone, you got to be like, was I even? Yeah. What was I doing there?
If they can go on a run, that would be unbelievable. His only championship run with the Nuggets and Joker. Jamal Murray was obviously huge in that as well, but that was one of the more impressive championship runs I know that at least I've ever seen. Speaking of championship runs, Celtics, champions looking to go back to back. They had a great outing last night. Didn't start off well. They were down in the first half against the Magic. 0 for a team that broke the 3-point record. 0 for from beyond the arc in the first half. And they just absolutely took over the game in the second half. 36-13 in the third quarter. Ended up beating the shit out of the Magic, 120-89. Jason Tatum, once again, should be at this point one of, if not the face of the league. I mean, he's everything you want in a superstar, not only his team, but just league-wide. Gold medalist as well, even though, Steve Kerr didn't play him, but just absolutely
vibes. Gold medal vibes.
Performance. 35, 10-8, so he's a guy that fills up the stat sheet, and this team, they're going to be feisty on defense, going to get it done on offense. Jaylen Brown had a solid game as well, but it's always a team effort when it comes to the Celtics. They close out this series 4-1, so a gentleman's sweep. Orlando Magic, they got talent, they got guys, just probably a piece or two away, but I am excited to see Paolo's future as a superstar in the NBA.
Did you see that graphic that Boston made Orlando magically disappear?
That was pretty good.
Very clever.
Way to go, Bone.
Well done, Bone.
Bone was really in his bag this morning. Really in his bag this morning, I tell you.
Yeah, I was hoping, especially in the first half, that the Magic at least extended this series, 1-2 games maybe, but this is a great job by Celtics closing out, and now they have more of an opportunity to get healthy when they get to the next round. Another game, Pistons and Knicks. Been a gritty affair. Another good series right now. That series is also 3-2 now. Knicks came in up 3-1, and Pistons found a way to get it done. Cade Cunningham didn't have a great game, I would say, to his standards going into the fourth, but his game is just so calm, under control. He's a young player, but he looks like a savvy vet out there getting it done. Some substitution. I think Thibodeau could have probably got his guys, got Big Body Brunson in a little bit earlier, late into that fourth quarter, but did not. And Pistons found a way to get it done and extend this series to make it 3-2. Pistons continue to fight. Hopefully this goes into a seven-game series. Love to see just outside of the court, I just love seeing Foxy and Bruce going at it in the back.
Oh, yeah.
So I need 7 games out of this series for sure. But I think Cade grew up a little bit more in this series. All the boys fight. They're all dogs out there. Big Purr, we'll see how he bounces back and shows up for the New York Knicks going forward. See if they can close it out next game.
You can tell how physical Detroit is. I was watching a portion of that game last night because I couldn't watch the next game we're going to talk about, even though I live in the city that the game was happening, and it was a closeout. That is the dumbest. I don't even know. I don't even know the proper words to describe the fact that I couldn't watch the Pacers play the Bucks last night.
Get out of
I have YouTube TV and I have Hulu, and I couldn't find the game, and it was on YouTube TV on NBA TV for like the first quarter. So I thought I had it figured out. I thought I had it on. Leave the room, come back. No. Program's been blocked in your area. Okay, so I guess I'll just watch through social media clips. Oh, no, you got to download the NBA app. It's like, okay, let me have my TV download another. Can it even find the NBA app? I have no idea. Well, you need to have Bally's Network or FanDuel TV. It's like, well, is somebody going to call YouTube and Hulu and tell them that? How? That's unbelievable that I live in the city in which this game is happening. And they're like, well, it should be sold out. Was it not? Felt like
had to have been
sold out. So I just can't watch what? Anyway, so I was forced to watch Pistons Knicks, and it was boring. The Magic's happened here, and it got good at the end. Pistons Knicks got good at the end. But this Bucks Pacers game has had a lot of juice, and the series has been wild. Can't watch it, so I guess I'll watch Pistons Knicks. Then I'll go over to hockey and yada yada yada. That's how I do my night. Jalen Brunson was getting just there wasn't a single step he was taking without 2 guys or 1 guy hitting him, throwing and burying him. And there's a couple moments where they zoom in on Brunson's face where he's about to do an inbound pass. And it's like, that's just what you sign up for, I guess, whenever you're with the Pistons. I guess you just kind of sign up for that you're going to get battled. Yes, then there was a moment with the court where a little bit of a give. Rolls his, So maybe the Pistons kind of softened the floor a little bit there. Maybe that's normal wood. I'm not 100% sure. But playing that Pistons team, I don't think anybody wants to sign up for that.
Yeah, gritty, grimy, tough, physical. It's exactly how we want it. And that's how we won the game, because Hart and Brunson were out at the end of that thing, and that's when we pulled away. We got a lead, and they couldn't get sub back in, and we win that one. Game 6 in Detroit. Let's go.
They're like in hockey. Tampa won all those years because they were big, physical, and fast.
Yep.
And it's like in playoff hockey, if you're big and physical, you're probably going to end up winning, which is why this Washington Capitals team has a shot, because Tom Wilson is literally still Tom Wilson, Ovi's still Ovi. But you got to be big and you got to be strong. This Detroit Pistons team, in best-of-7 series, baseball, you can't do it. But in hockey, you can. And in basketball, if you play the right way, you can. It's like they wear people down.
And that's how we love it. It's just like the Bad Boys back in the day, the 04 Pistons back in the day. And then you could even look at the Lions. The Lions are a gritty football team that are going to ground and pound. So that's what the city of Detroit wants. It's what the state of Michigan wants. So they're so much fun to watch win these games.
Yeah, I think Joe Mazzulla's Boston Celtics will sign up for it. But Foxy mentioned it right there. From, I think it was 2:57 left in the game to 27 seconds left, they were trying to get Jalen Brunson in the game. And everyone in the Garden was basically, there was like a growing uncomfortability with what was going on because of the fact that there was no pauses in the game. I think they had to call timeout to get Brunson back in, because at that point I was watching the Celtics game, because of course they weren't showing Pacers Bucks. As soon as that ends, NBA TV, hey, we're back, Celtics Magic, here we go. But yeah,
that was so stupid.
It was going to
complete meltdown.
But anyways, the Pistons are a team I don't think anybody wants to play. I don't think anybody wants to play the Pistons, just because there's no way it's going to be a fun series. You're going to get beat down. And like the refs are going to have to figure out what they call and what they don't call. It's kind of like what they were saying about Patino's team whenever it came to March Madness. It was like the refs are going to have to decide what the rules are for their team, because it's every single time down the court. I assume the Detroit folks, you talked about the old Pistons and everything like that. I assume the Detroit people love how this team represents that city.
Love everything about it. And like you said about the refs, it's so weird, because like they'll call the game normal, and then at the end of that game, it was so physical, and they swallow the whistles. They don't know what to do, so they just let them play. It's awesome.
A lot of pressure on the refs.
So much.
Now let's get to the game that nobody in Indianapolis could see unless you were there, unless you were just watching the clips online. The Indiana Pacers beat the Bucks in a gentleman's sweep. Congrats to the Indiana Pacers.
Hell yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton is the guy. Tyrese was balling all over the place. End of the fourth quarter, had to make a play to tie the team. He does. Then let's go to the final 37 seconds of the game last night and just watch the Pacers, who were down 7 with less than a minute left in overtime.
From the rebound, Pacers have to work quick. Again, no timeouts. Here's a long three by Nembhard.
Yeah, baby.
Got it to Trent. Taken by Nembhard.
Nice job by Nembhard to get there to take it.
He's not Nem
Knicks
Safra.
still have a chance. Halliburton has it. 20 seconds to play.
Milk check.
Don't mind him getting a layup.
Hey,
And he'll lay it in and a foul.
Now they mind
tough.
because it's a 3-point play.
it's tough.
They got the foul.
Mr. Halliburton.
Into Green. And out of bounds. Trent lost it.
He lost
10
it.
seconds left. Overtime. Series deciding game.
Halliburton against Giannis. Halliburton,
Got
3
it,
seconds.
got
Puts
it,
it in.
got it.
He put it in. 1 3/10.
There's no timeout.
No timeouts for the Bucks. Giannis to inbound.
Not happening.
Here's Trent.
Great victory for these guys. What a heck of a victory.
What a win for the Pacers. Pacers are a damn good ball club.
Yeah.
And Connor, you said yesterday that you'd rather play the Cavs than the Pacers at this moment as the Boston Celtics. A lot of Cavs fans got all pissed off. Then you put out a tweet. What are the records between the Pacers and the Cavs?
Last 50 games of the season, including the playoffs, they essentially have the exact same record. I think it's 1 game difference, maybe 35-15, 36-14, but they're basically identical these last 50 games.
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton and the boys are balling. Coach Carlisle has the boys flying around. This Pacers team at this time of year, if you go back to last year and this year, playing their best ball, and also the entire city is around them. Did you hear that experience? Did you hear that environment? Last year, they might have been too young. They got a big win in the Garden. Then they took on the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Final. They should have won 3 out of those games. They end up losing 4 straight, 4-0 loss. Nobody's even allowed to celebrate. You get swept in the Eastern Conference Finals, get the hell out of here. It doesn't matter that you made the Eastern Conference Finals.
Nope.
So the Pacers weren't really even allowed to celebrate the season that they had last year, which was certainly overachieving from what everybody expected. Tyrese Halliburton was just voted the most overrated player in the NBA. And then all of a sudden, when it's needed in the fourth quarter, he does it. Then when it's needed in overtime, he takes the Greek freak. Conversation is about what happened after the game. We will talk to Tyrese Halliburton in 1 hour and 15 minutes. 1:40 Eastern time. Tyrese Halliburton will be joining us to chit-chat about the Pacers going 4-1 over the Bucks. Now, Damian Lillard tears his Achilles. That is obviously incredibly sad and changes who the Bucks are. But that number 34 guy is an absolute beast. And when push came to shove, when the series was on the line, Halliburton, they drew up a play to get Halliburton on him. 1-on-1 to the rack, old school basketball. Pacers advance, and Pacers are dangerous. I don't think I heard anybody talking about that on TV this morning. I just heard people saying that Tyrese's dad, his father, should not be allowed to watch him play basketball live ever again because of a moment that happened afterwards. Crazy that is coming out of people's mouths, but I understand we must protect players at all costs. I'll be excited to hear what Tyrese Halliburton has to say about that in about 1 hour and 15. I think he agrees with the sentiment that his dad should have been nowhere near Giannis after that game. But I do believe his dad has been very invested. His dad just read that he was the most overrated player.
Yep.
His dad has watched him get benched throughout the entire Olympics. His dad has seen him get traded out of Sacramento. His dad has been alongside the journey of the Iowa State Cyclone throughout his entire life. Maybe got a little bit excited whenever his kid took the Greek freak to the rack to win it and had a moment afterwards that he regrets, which is what he said. Tyrese obviously regrets, but just being like, ban him! Ban this kid's dad! Is a wild statement, I think. Just that's a wild statement, but I don't know how the NBA policies operate.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. And
protect the player. I am on a protect the players
sure.
world, 100%.
So,
and also, Giannis.
Yeah, he's kind of.
Giannis going down to Mr. Halliburton, and Mr. Halliburton not even.
Yeah.
Him also go what to a 6'9" guy. Certainly, a tale of the tape should be made there on how that whole thing went. But Giannis, I think, and Tyrese. I think they know each other.
Yeah.
Obviously, through the basketball world, I think they have maybe a same trainer and everything like that. Giannis obviously very upset in that moment. His team just got knocked out of the playoffs. Tyrese's dad super jacked up. He apologized for it. He doesn't think it's right. Tyrese doesn't think it's right. So it's been a wild reaction, but the reaction has kind of been camouflaging what the real story is. This Pacers team is for real.
Yes.
We couldn't watch the game last night, but if you could watch the Pacers, they are for real, Debo.
It was a phenomenal radio listen, I tell you that. Back, little flash of the past, but yeah, it was an unbelievable game. And now on the Bucks side, is that the last time we see Giannis in a Bucks jersey? It's going to be some conversation, a lot of conversations about that. Obviously, the post game dust up is going to get some headlines, and he kind of Pops put Tyrese in a bad spot, but I think Tyrese handled it like he's been handling everything. It seems like a true pro. And Giannis, I think he did as well. He showed a lot of restraint. That's a big, bad person to walk up to, but he definitely showed restraint. Then he got into it a little bit with Ben Mathurin, too. So this is a chippy series. This will be a chippy series, but this is why we watch the playoffs. This is why we love the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, him snagging Mathurin's head afterwards, and then Mathurin say, get off me there.
Yeah.
There was indie reporters that were like, Ben, what are you doing? It's like, what is Ben doing? Why is this guy snagging Ben Mathurin's head? Is he going to kiss him? Is he going to hug him? Or is he...
Definitely said something crazy to him, too.
I mean, he's okay, all right, get that. Like, there was indie reporters that were like, Ben, what are you doing here? It's like, what the hell was going on
like some old beat.
in the hug? But with that being said, I appreciate the fact that both these teams cared enough to get to this chippy.
For
you know?
sure.
And it was a great series, even though it was 4-1. And once again, the Pacers... They're menaces.
Yes.
The Pacers are a problem, and the Pacers are loved here. This particular Pacers team, loved in Indianapolis. Yep. I think everybody says they represent the city well. They represent the Pacers well. And obviously the storyline of his dad getting after it, I don't think anybody wanted that to be the story. But I'll tell you, you look front row down there, every game, it's Tyrese's mom, Tyrese's dad, and they've been through it all with Tyrese. And he gets a little jacked up. I appreciate the fact that he loves his kid.
Yeah.
Now, can't make it about you.
Sure.
No doubt.
Can't make it about you.
True.